Well, today I'm in a county that boasts this wonderful cathedral, complete with the only Gothic dome of its type in the world. Now, top to bottom, that lot is about 66 metres high. You can see it for miles around because this county is also one of the flattest places in the United Kingdom. Any idea where we are? Well, join me in a few moments and I'll tell you.
On today's show, we're helping a couple swap the seaside for a slice of country life.
Goodness, I love it.
We need acres to horse around in,
I think you might be hitting the spot now.
but there will be compromises.
What it doesn't have is an ensuite.
So will any of our properties make it past the post?
Well, today I'm in Cambridgeshire, and these are the magnificent surroundings of Ely Cathedral. Its crowning glory is that, its magnificent octagon lantern towering 43 metres above me. An intoxicating medieval cocktail, if you like, of stone, lead and glass. All in all, some 200 tonnes is up there. And as for the stained glass, well, that's not the only thing that dazzles in this part of the world.
Brilliant minds abound in this county, being home to the second oldest university in the UK. As 20th century poet Rupert Brooks once penned, "Cambridgeshire of all England is the shire for men who understand." No surprises, he was a Cambridge scholar, but it's hard not to be impressed by the sheer breathtaking beauty of historic Cambridge itself. However, there's more to this county than rhetoric and learning. Making up part of East Anglia, Cambridgeshire is landlocked by 7 counties, including Norfolk, Suffolk and Essex to the east. Extending over much of the north of the county are the Fens. Barely above sea level, this ancient landscape contains some of the richest soil in Britain, which from the 17th century onwards led to vast swathes of it being drained and reclaimed, turning the area into a powerhouse of agriculture. For wildlife enthusiasts and bird watchers, it's also home to nature reserves and wetlands.
Now, to some extent, the rolling hills of South Cambridgeshire do have a bit more of an appeal to many buyers than the open flatlands of the north. And of course, there's the draw of Cambridge itself. All of that has an effect on house prices. Your average detached in the south of the county will set you back a whopping £119,000 more than if you were buying in the north. That's quite a hole in anybody's budget. But as ever, there is plenty on the market. To give you an idea of what's available right now, take a look at some of these.
You'd be forgiven for thinking you'd swap the UK for the Med with this Italian-style villa on the outskirts of Huntingdon. It's positively palatial, with 6 impressive reception rooms, 6 bedrooms and equestrian facilities set in 14 acres of grounds. However, it'll set you back a majestic £1.2 million. So if you want acreage without the £1 million price tag, check out this 6-bedroom Victorian Grange near the market town of March. For £725,000, you get 3 spacious reception rooms, a large country kitchen, and it's set in 3.5 acres of very attractive grounds. Or hop just over the border into Suffolk, and you could snap up this beautiful Grade 2 listed cottage. Character features aren't in short supply with 3 reception rooms, but beware, they're not big on headroom. It comes with a cosy kitchen and 4 bedrooms and could be yours for a snip under £400,000.
So there you have it, proof, if it were needed, that there are plenty of properties here in Cambridgeshire to tempt anybody into making a sea change to life in the countryside, which is exactly what today's buyers are trying to do.
Teachers Jim and Marion have lived in the same house in the town of Newquay, Cornwall for the last 22 years, where they brought up their 4 children, Spencer, Matthew, Gareth and Jessica.
When we bought the property here in 1988, it was a hotel, and we ran the property for 5 or 6 seasons. Then we went back to teaching, and the house then became and has been a lovely house that's just a little bit too big for us.
Well, you can say that again. This 8-bedroom courtyard house is huge, so a downsize is definitely on the cards. Jessica and Gareth will be moving too, but why are the family swapping sea, sand and surf for the countryside?
Our 2 eldest children and our 3 new grandchildren live approximately 350 miles away. So to bring the family back together again, we thought we'd move closer to them, but not too close.
As the boys are situated in Essex, Jim and Marion are looking at the Cambridge-Suffolk border and would like to be no further than a 90-minute commute from Brentwood.
We realised that with the number of boxes that we'd like to tick with our new property in the countryside, we may have to go a little bit further north than we would at first require.
That sounds ominous. So just how big is their wish list?
A minimum of 4 bedrooms is really essential in the new house. Our kitchen here is really big, and it's the place where we tend to congregate. I think that a big kitchen is important.
Something that we haven't had, and which I'd really love to have in our new property, is we'd love to have an ensuite to our master bedroom. As far as renovating or repairing a property is concerned, I can't think of any reason why that wouldn't be a distinct possibility. And then I think we really couldn't do without a garden that was large enough, firstly to have some area for the grandchildren, and secondly large enough to grow sufficient vegetables and flowers for the house.
However, it's not just cucumbers and children that need outside space.
This is Baby. She's one of our 3 horses. She lives here in this field with Jim Bob. His mum's out on loan at the moment. And what would be really amazing is if we could have a paddock at the back of our own house and have them all 3 living there. I guess if that weren't possible, then a field a walk away would be okay, but absolute preference is that we all live together.
Adding acreage to the mix will make this search a lot trickier, but Jim and Marion are about to exchange and will be cash buyers, which puts them in a very advantageous position. So how much do they want to spend?
Ideally, as far as price is concerned, I think £400,000 would be right. If the property were special enough, ticking all of the boxes, then I guess we could probably go to 440, maybe.
So at long last, after 22 years, Jim and Marion are giving up sand and sea air for a move to the countryside. Now, their 8-bedroom house is gorgeous, but it's clearly become much too impractical. But they do have some fairly specific needs. Marion, of course, needs somewhere for her horses. Jim would also like a nice big garden. But the whole thing is underpinned with a fundamental need to be much closer to their grandchildren. Now, their budget of £440,000 is not an inconsiderable amount of money, but trying to match their aspirations to the property market in this part of the UK is going to be tricky, as well they know, because they have been looking for a very long time.
Jim and Marion don't want to be any more than an hour-and-a-half drive from their boys and grandchildren in Brentwood, Essex. However, to find the property package they're after, we'll be starting the house search north of Cambridge, where the average property price is over 50% lower. We've found some super country pads for them to view, but I'll be staying tight-lipped on the price tags until the end of the tours. And finally, well, there's the mystery house, which will challenge their criteria, but will it be their perfect place to roost?
Now, this is an auspicious week for you in more ways than one, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Just completed on the sale of your house.
We have, yes.
Yeah.
Yesterday the news came through.
And the money's in the bank.
Money's in the bank. Is it burning a hole?
We're ready to go. Oh, yes.
Yes, I could go shopping, but I am. That's what I'm doing this week, going shopping.
Yes, we're just going to spend a little more money than you might on a Saturday afternoon.
Absolutely.
Now, a lot of house hunting and successful house hunting is all about managing expectations. You know, this is quite a challenge to get land for what you're after in this part of the world. I mean, you know, this is a very sought after location. 440 is a lot of money. But what are your hopes? How far do you think we're going to get?
Ooh, well, I guess, as you say, the land is possibly the problem. I think if it were simply a 4-bedroom house with the garden, we'd have a lot more scope.
It's the conundrum of ticking all the boxes within the time frame and within the monetary budget. It's we're going to leave that to the professionals like you, you guys. And
Welcome to house hunting escape style.
No pressure, no pressure, Jules.
Come on.
So for a top budget of £440,000, Marion and Jim have an ambitious wish list. They want a detached 4-bedroom house with a big kitchen and a couple of reception rooms, which doesn't sound too problematic. But on top of that, they want a big garden, and Marion has her heart set on a couple of acres of paddock for her 3 horses. And it all needs to be in a semi-rural or village location, no further than a 90-minute drive from Brentwood in Essex. Talk about cracking the whip. We're starting the search in Wimbledon, just a tad over a 90-minute drive from Brentwood and the grandchildren. But I'm hoping this pretty community village will make up for the extra few minutes drive. The population of under 2,000 residents is served by 2 pubs and a post office stores. From its Grade 2 listed church to Georgian manor houses and thatched cottages, there's a plethora of period architecture. We've found a character home on the edge of the village.
Well, let's start with this one.
Ooh.
Yeah?
Oh, wow.
What do you think, Mary?
Goodness, I love it.
Yeah?
Yeah. Looks like it's a characterful house.
It is.
Certainly substantial, isn't it?
It's very substantial, and it's Edwardian, so it's 1910
Yeah.
or thereabouts. I think very handsome property. I think that's the best way to describe it.
Yes,
Certainly
that's
is,
that's
An
a good
imposing
adjective.
building.
It is quite interesting. There's a lot to see, and it's not just the house, of course. There's a bit more to go with it.
Yeah. Is that a promise?
It is a promise. It is a promise.
Good,
Okay.
good.
But let's do the house first because there's a lot of
These
it.
trees.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Fabulous.
Yeah, come on, let's do it.
Well, we're off to a flying start. Let's hope the interior lives up to the outside. I know they're happy to do some renovating, and this house offers a real opportunity to get creative.
Right. Look at this.
Oh,
Lovely
look at
hallway,
this.
There's a floorway.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Gracious.
Even nicer than ours in our old house.
Well, now it's an old house. Yeah, you just
Yes,
sold
it's
it.
our
Yeah.
old house now.
Well, come on in here.
Lovely.
Come on in, Jim.
Lovely size.
Beautiful.
High ceiling. Oh, look at the rose.
Yeah.
That is gorgeous.
It's beautiful.
I wonder what the floor is under here.
Well, I wonder. I mean, there are bare boards in other parts of the house.
And it's amazing how
Absolutely.
much difference the floor makes in the out room there, where it's
Yeah.
much lighter, much brighter.
And this was put on in '95, so what, 15 years ago. It does make a big difference.
Yeah, absolutely. Very nice.
Very good.
Lovely lounge.
Good.
Lovely.
Lovely.
All right.
Really good.
Let's have a look at the dining room.
Interesting.
It is the dining room, not
Yes.
just because of the way it's dressed, but as you can see, there's a serving hatch
Oh, yes.
through there, which
Absolutely.
leads us neatly through to the kitchen.
The
Yeah.
sizes are really, really, really good, and
Yeah.
lots of scope for work to be done, things to be
Yeah.
attempted. But I think
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
very promising at the moment, certainly just from the 2 rooms we've seen.
Yeah.
And plenty more to come. As I said, the kitchen is next door, and this could be one area to really put their own mark on.
This is the kitchen. Now, it's lovely,
Yes.
but it's not as big, perhaps,
Yeah.
as modern tastes
Yes.
enjoy. So my sense is if you pushed it back either side of that chimney breast,
Yes, yeah.
it would feel a lot lighter.
Yes, and because that's a chimney breast, I could probably have my range fitted in there. The flue already
You
being
probably
available.
could, yes.
Yeah.
We're all thinking
Oh,
on
yes.
the same line.
Yes.
Well established.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
No, I think you would. I think
Yes.
that's exactly what you would want to do.
Absolutely. We could certainly move
Yeah.
into here, couldn't we?
Certainly
And
more
live
than
in
enough
here,
room.
not a problem. I mean,
Yeah.
the kitchen is lovely.
It's got lots
Yeah.
of potential.
Good stuff. They're really buying into the possibilities with this house. And there's a bit more space to play with down here. Off the kitchen is a utility room and a downstairs shower room. But let's head upstairs. There are 4 bedrooms in all, 2 good-sized doubles, so Gareth and Jessica are well catered for. There's a single currently used as a dressing room, a family bathroom, and finally a master.
Yes.
This is quite big.
This is the biggest of the lot.
It's certainly bigger than the one we've got at the
It's
moment.
Is
bigger
it?
than the one we have at the moment. Our master bedroom at the moment is a big one,
Yeah.
but not as big as this.
Yeah.
It's a lovely big room.
The only thing to say about this and all the other bedrooms is that none of them, as you have realised, are en suite.
That was on
Had noticed that.
that was on
Yeah.
your little wish list, wasn't it, dear?
That may have to be a compromise we'll have to untick, I suppose. But
And if we do have to compromise on an en suite, is that a deal breaker or?
I think we could compromise somewhere online.
Well, that is good to hear, but one area we're not scrimping on is the all-important outside space. At a 1/4 of an acre, Jim definitely gets his big garden.
Look at this. Blossoms out. The sun isn't.
Well, you can't
But the
control
blossom
the
is.
sun. Lovely.
Now, you know, in terms of space here, Jim. What do you think? I mean, it really is literally wide open for you to do what you like.
Yeah, it's certainly big enough. We haven't had one for 22 years, so any space is great, but this will certainly be a beautiful size. It's sort of open canvas. So
Yeah, it is completely
whatever
that.
you want. So.
Yeah.
So that's Jim sorted. Now, what about Marion and her horses?
How about this then?
Uh-huh.
The final piece of the jigsaw.
I think you might be hitting the spot now.
2 acres. Mm-hmm. OK, right down to the far post and rail fence. So you've got this oblong plot.
Yes.
With the stables, 3 stables. Would this be big enough?
Yeah, that would be big enough.
Yeah?
Yes, it would.
Happy?
Yes.
In terms of money, how much do you think this is on the market for?
Oh, I'd say we're probably talking the top end of our budget. Maybe 440, 435.
415.
Ooh.
415.
Wow.
Ooh, hey,
Ooh,
now.
hey.
Cheeky.
I'm just
Isn't he?
poaching.
Very cheeky. Yeah, very cheeky.
It is not 415, I'm afraid to say. And it is a little bit over your budget, but only by £10,000. I say only for 2 very good reasons. One, I know that it is open to sensible offers and you are cash buyers. Those things combined put this property within your reach. Worth seeing?
Yes. Oh,
absolutely.
lovely. Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Definitely worth seeing.
Good.
Yeah.
Go on, go and weigh it up.
Bit of thinking.
Yeah, I'll catch up with you later.
Okay.
Go and explore.
Yes, we will.
Try not to get lost.
Yeah, we'll try not to.
Well, I think we're off to a cracking start. Although over budget at £450,000, this Edwardian farmhouse has been on the market for 6 months and the vendors are open to offers. It has nearly everything they've asked for. 4 bedrooms, 2 reception rooms, a 1/4 acre garden, plus 2 acres of paddocks and stabling. It doesn't have Marion's massive kitchen or Jim's ensuite at the moment, but there is real potential for them to put their own stamp on this place.
That's my cardigan, you cheeky. You cheeky chappy. Huh? It'd be so lovely to have ours in here, wouldn't it?
It's got enough
Just
space,
at the
haven't
bottom
you?
of
You've
the
got
bottom of the garden.
2 acres to the end there.
Stunning location, lovely house, I love it. Just, yeah, stunning. I can't think of another word for calling it other than stunning.
I found you at last, loitering around in there.
Yes.
It's terrific, isn't it?
It
It's
is.
really good.
It is. I'm impressed.
I think for what you're after, it should definitely be on the list.
I think
Yeah.
you're definitely right about that one.
Okay, but 2 more to come. What else have we got you?
Oh my goodness.
Cambridgeshire might be one of the flattest counties in the UK, but there must be something in the water. After all, these lands have given birth to some of Britain's greatest minds. Samuel Pepys, Oliver Cromwell, Richard Attenborough and Stephen Hawking all hail from these parts. But eminent thinkers aren't just born here, they're made here. Home to one of the most prestigious universities in the world, Cambridge has been a site of learning since the Middle Ages. As teachers themselves, we thought Jim and Marion would appreciate a quick lesson on their potential new county capital. So, earlier in the week, we sent them to meet up with Richard Butler, a final year student studying architectural history.
So the history of Cambridge goes back to Roman times and was an important military and trading post. The town first got its charter in 1201 AD, and a few years later students arrived after a schism at Oxford. The story goes that some students headed in the direction of Reading and were never heard of again. But those that came here founded the origins of the university, and about 80 years later the first college, Peterhouse, just over here, was founded.
The university was, and still is, made up of many different colleges, each with its own property, income and staff. By the 16th century, there were already 16, founded and funded by the important literati and glitterati of the day. The most wealthy was Trinity College, founded by King Henry VIII himself in 1546. It's now home to 600 undergraduates, 300 graduates and over 160 fellows. That's some seat of learning.
So we just come from Trinity College, which is supposedly the wealthiest college in Cambridge, and by legend it's possible to walk the whole way from here to Oxford on land purely owned by Trinity. And in medieval times, another wealthy college was King's College, King's College, Chapelshire, which was founded by King Henry VI in the 1460s. It wasn't finished until the time of King Henry VIII, but 100-something years later. As you can see, it's one of the most impressive buildings in Cambridge.
It's really impressive.
Is, yeah, it certainly is.
You can totally submerge yourself in history and tradition here, but if you're not careful, one of the traditions forever linked with the university might just have you completely submerged.
In terms of actually going anywhere and getting the direction right, the most important thing is to, when you're putting the pole down, to put the pole down right beside the punt the whole way. So it's like touching the punt. Because if it's out any bit, the punt will just start turning around. People always say with punting that like, it's quite hard to get it, but then once you've got the knack of it, it's just like, seems quite natural.
Punting has been part of Cambridgeshire's makeup for centuries. These flat-bottom vessels were ideal for navigating the shallow waters of the Fens and were used by fishermen, hunters and tradesmen alike. The going was slow but very economical. A punter could push well over a ton along with no more fuel than a few cheese sandwiches and a pint. Nowadays, it's undergrads and tourists soaking up the scenery. It's a nice way to travel, but I think we'll stick to the car for the next leg of our property search. We're heading to the hamlet of Ramsey Heights, which also falls within the 90-minute drive radius from Essex and the grandchildren. It's a very rural setting with just a handful of properties and farms. For supplies, Marion and Jim can head to the nearby market town of Ramsey, which runs the whole gamut of amenities you'd expect to find in a country town.
Well, this is our second one for you. Now, very different to look at than the first one. That was very Edwardian. Believe it or not, at its core, this is the same age.
Really?
That's a bit surprising.
Not Edwardian in style, but
No,
a
age.
couple of farm cottages built about 1911 that in the last couple of years have been knocked together radically to now produce a very big and, well, practically brand new family home.
Right, OK.
I'm not feeling the love.
No, it hasn't got that, yeah.
It's not got the same wow factor as the other one
No,
had, but,
no.
you know, as you say, you shouldn't judge a book by its cover.
Never a truer word spoken, Jim. And this property offers more space and less work, so it's well worth a look.
In you come. Come on, Jim.
Goodness me, this is lovely.
Yeah, it's
This
not what
is
you expect,
lovely.
is it?
No, not at all.
Come and follow me through here. Now then, Marion. Come on in. Don't be shy.
Wow, I like this.
Yeah?
I like
That's
this.
the size.
Yeah, yeah.
Again, coming back to this idea of a family space that you can all enjoy when you're all here en masse.
Yes.
Because there are going to be a lot of you. How many in total when you're all in one place?
We're 11 at the moment.
11. Wow. You would get, you know, 11 people eating in here.
Yes, yeah, you would.
Certainly would.
And they can share the experience of you cooking.
Yeah.
Or they could share the cooking even.
Well, now then.
I'll do the washing up.
Have a look through there, Jim. Take a wander through those doors as well. We've got this garden room attached on the side here.
This is a splendid garden room.
Oh, lovely space.
I love the way the kitchen space and the dining space and the garden space all can be rolled into one if
Yeah.
necessary.
Well, I'm thinking grown-ups in here,
Yeah.
grandchildren playing in here.
Yeah.
Everybody can keep an eye on everybody else.
Yeah, ideal. Ideal.
I think that's a thumbs up to the living space down here, but there are also practical rooms including a utility, a shower room, a gym, equipment not included, and a study. So plenty of space to play with. But let's turn our attention upstairs. There are 4 bedrooms, just what they wanted.
OK. Come on in. This is currently the master.
Uh-huh.
OK.
Nice.
Couple of built-in units there. Pretty big, loads of light, there's no doubt about that.
Absolutely.
What it doesn't have is an ensuite. We're not doing very well on ensuites, are we?
No, no.
The box keeps getting unticked.
Yeah, I'm really sorry, Jim. You know, it doesn't have an ensuite, but it does have that.
Is it a balcony?
It's a balcony.
Oh,
So
goodness.
it's, well, kind of an ensuite.
Yes.
Well, yeah. Stand in the
Out there
rain,
with
I
a
suppose.
hose. Out there with a hose, Jim.
Thank you, Di.
There.
There you go, Jim. Hose pipe. Hose pipe out here. That's your ensuite.
Come on out, because this gives you a really good chance to get a sense of what you get land-wise. Now, the last one had 2 acres. This one has 3,
Right.
which is effectively that big
Yeah.
oblong block, another big oblong plot
Yes.
of land.
That's good. That's really good.
And, you know, there is the rest of the county
Yes.
spread out before you.
Ideal. Lovely.
Growing on you?
Nice. Yeah, I like. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a slow burn, this one,
Yeah.
isn't it? But it's getting there, maybe.
Yes, it is. It is getting there.
Good.
Definitely.
Back inside, the other 3 bedrooms consist of 1 good-sized double and 2 singles, which will mean that both Jessica and Gareth may need to draw straws on that one. And they all share a modern family bathroom. So that's the family taken care of. Now, how about accommodation for the horses? Outside, there's ample stabling, and with 3 acres of paddock, plenty of space to keep them happy.
So here we are, bang in the middle of your 3 acres.
Nice.
It's not bad, is it?
No, it's good.
The other thing to point out about all this land is that it is crisscrossed with a network of hacks and rides. So you've got, you know, loads of opportunity to get out there riding literally on your doorstep.
Yeah, ideal.
Yeah?
Ideal.
So I suppose the question is, how much do you love it? Jim, make me an offer.
I think it's got to be at least 435.
435, Marion?
I was going to say that.
Well, no, you can.
Am
You
I
can-
allowed?
Yes.
I'm allowed, am I?
I mean, you have presumably agreed on some things in the last, 38 years or so?
Yeah,
Every
I
now
guess
and
we
again,
have.
yeah.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, I was going to say, I really had 435 in my mind all the way through.
I'll let you agree because you're not far off. It's actually a direct comparison with our first one. This is on the market also for £450,000.
All right.
Yeah.
But you get a newer build, but you do get an extra acre. It's a lot to take on board.
Yes.
Go and imprint it on your minds.
Will
Go and
do.
have a look.
Yeah, I'll catch up with you later.
Thank you.
Off you go.
Again, on the market at £450,000, this is £10,000 over budget, but as Jim and Marion are cash buyers, they are in a strong negotiating position, and this house needs very little doing to it. Bar Jim's ensuite, it delivers everything they've asked for and more. 2 reception rooms, a big kitchen diner, 4 bedrooms, a large garden, plus a whopping 3 acres of paddock. They've definitely warmed up to this house, but will their first impressions last?
First impressions weren't terribly good, but then when you went in, something just happened. It was really nice. I like it. I love the downstairs. I love the fluid way it just flows from one room to the next. Yeah.
Upstairs, it's a bit of a concern.
Yeah.
Not a great deal of opportunity to change
No,
a great deal up here, I don't think.
There's lots and lots to like.
Yeah,
And I guess what we're not liking, just the size of the bedrooms?
probably that's about it.
Yeah.
So, were the bedrooms big enough after all?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, probably just about.
Just about.
Well, look, we have given you lots to think about. That's
You
the
have.
best
Yes,
thing.
absolutely.
And in terms of satisfying the horse requirement, which is the thing that's really driven this search and made it quite tricky,
Yes.
I think we've got there on that score.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
OK, you can argue over the house.
Yes.
With the sun setting over the countryside, we're 2 houses down, and I think we've given Marion and Jim plenty to consider. Coming up next on our Cambridgeshire house hunt, it's Mystery House time.
The old school.
The old school.
All right.
Great.
OK.
I like it.
But will it pass with flying colours or go to the bottom of the class?
Well, we have one more day of house hunting to go, and whilst yesterday went pretty well, I think, you may be surprised to learn that both Jim and Marion are celebrating, and we haven't even got to the mystery house yet. So what on earth could be going on?
All will be revealed soon. This time we're heading way south to the Suffolk-Essex border, to Elphinstone, which at just over an hour's drive from the grandchildren is that much closer. There are no shortage of both colourful and characterful period homes, and community spirit is thriving. However, this is a very desirable location. You get a lot less property to the pound than in North Cambridgeshire, so there will be compromises to overcome.
Now, this is a momentous day, isn't it? For two reasons. Not just because we're about to show you the Mystery House, but also because it's your wedding anniversary today, isn't it?
It
is indeed.
Yeah?
Yes, it is.
And we've brought you much further south than where we were yesterday. Back to where it all started for you two, didn't we?
Yeah, a couple of miles down the road.
The Mystery House is right there in front of you.
The old school.
The old school.
Oh, right.
Great.
Okay.
I like it.
It's the Mystery House. Yeah, we're allowed to kind of...
it, yeah,
Home from
yeah.
home.
Well, it's Victorian. It's 1876. It finished being a school in 1934. Now, I'm going to be absolutely upfront about it. It's not sat within loads of acres. So horses will have to be accommodated elsewhere.
Okay.
But in terms of giving you a very pretty, lovely family home in the heart of a really interesting community here.
Could be good.
Come on, let's have a look.
Okay.
There is a livery 5 miles away in Twinston, so that's the compromise. But on the other hand, this property is much closer to the grandchildren at an hour's drive. So is it going to get top marks from our teachers, I wonder?
Come on in to the old school. You grab the latch on the door there, Jim.
Yeah, thanks, Jules.
Look at this.
My goodness. This is...
Wow.
Wow, life.
That's seen some use.
Hasn't it?
Goodness.
Lots of period features, which is nice, actually. And they go on in here. One of the reception rooms that's on offer.
Like the fireplace.
That's working. Yeah.
Super.
These lovely sash windows as well, looking out onto
Yeah.
the green. So you can see all village life
Yeah.
passing before you.
Nice.
There. How about this?
Oh, that's a bit unexpected.
Isn't it,
This
Jess?
is kind of open. I was expecting...
Yeah.
Oh, that's lovely.
Well, it has been opened. Can you see this
Yes, yeah.
arrangement here? It's all been pushed
Yeah.
that way
Yeah.
in the last decade.
Ideal.
It's lovely,
Yeah,
isn't
it's
it?
nice, isn't it?
It's really expansive. It's
Yeah,
It's
kind of.
amazing. And it goes on. I mean, look, well, choice of sinks, stainless steel one there, Belfast sink in there.
Nice.
And then you've got this whole bay window arrangement.
super.
It is nice, yeah.
And then this garden room too, which we haven't got a separate dining room as
Okay.
such. Okay, this is the most recent addition, but you could go for a dining table in here if you wanted to.
Nice.
Yeah?
Very good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes,
How nice, how nice is nice? Come
no,
on.
no. No, I like it. I do like this. I like this very much.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Jim?
I think it's got lots of possibilities. It's growing on me.
That's what I like to hear. Also on this floor is a really spacious Victorian-style bathroom, but time to take a look upstairs. We're delivering above requirements with 5 bedrooms in all. On the first floor are 2 doubles, so plenty of space for Jessica and Gareth, and there's a family shower room.
Now I'm going to suggest that this would be a guest room.
Okay.
Okay, it's one of the bigger ones on this floor, and it also has this lovely original
Fabulous view.
sash with original glass in it.
Yeah. Beautiful. Yeah, beautiful.
It does pack in a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot
Yeah.
to it.
There's a lot
there
to
is.
it,
Yeah.
and there's even more in the loft because that is now the master bedroom. Follow me. Come and have a look at this. So as you can see, they really have pushed the floor space in this house out in every direction,
Oh, yes.
not least up here.
My goodness.
Yeah. Kind of interesting, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Right in the roofline, as you can
Yes.
tell. But I think it kind of works.
Yeah. Yeah, it
It's-
does. It's lovely.
It really is. Very clever use of space.
Yeah.
It
Great
is.
floor.
Yeah.
Now then, we haven't yet found you an ensuite.
I knew this is where it'd be.
Well, it's kind of half an ensuite.
It's half an ensuite.
You've got a loo and a basin in there.
Okay.
All right. But I guess, you know,
It's closer than the rest. Good, isn't it?
it's different, isn't it? Probably
Yeah,
not what
it
you
is.
expected.
No, it wasn't. No.
Well, that's it for the inside, so let's head outdoors. We're not delivering on acreage in any way, shape or form, so the big question is this a compromise they can live with?
Well, in terms of garden, what you see is what you get.
A little on the small side, but...
But we have got chickens,
Oh, yes, OK.
fresh eggs. So that's our mystery house.
Lots of food for thought on this one, so...
Yeah.
It really is.
Lots.
Well, the price is going to be an interesting one.
Oh, this is a difficult one. Difficult one. $4.50 like the others.
$4.50.
I'm going to be optimistic and go a fraction lower and say $4.35 again.
$4.35. You are right.
Me?
You are absolutely spot on. It's £450,000, just like all the others. So I think we've really opened it up now to give you a very clear and direct comparison
Absolutely.
in terms of what you get for your money and where you want it to be. Go back to school.
Yeah.
Off
Yes.
you go. I'll catch up with you later.
Mathematics decision time.
So there you have it. The old schoolhouse is also on the market at £450,000. In terms of interior space, there's plenty of room with a big open-plan kitchen diner, plus a sunroom and a cosy living room. There are 5 bedrooms, and although it doesn't come with acreage, there is a livery 5 miles away, and for Jim's Veg, the current owner pays £5 a year for a nearby allotment. I wonder though, is this going to be an A+ or a D-?
It's lovely, isn't it?
It's...
I was
it's
quite
good.
surprised when I walked through the door, actually, because I thought it was a bit sort of...
Enclosed.
Enclosed,
It
yeah,
really opens
out
out,
there.
doesn't
But
it?
this is really, yeah, lovely
so-
granite, lovely for
Lots
pastry.
of space and a wonderful breakfast area at the end there.
Yeah,
I'm really glad they chose 3 houses with identical prices. It
Yeah.
makes comparison that much easier to deal with.
that's right. I guess it was something that we knew, but it's been very much shown to us,
Yeah,
hasn't it, over the last couple of days?
further
really?
south, the less land we're gonna get.
Absolutely. Gosh, what are we going to do?
Come on! Playtime's over.
Is that the end of school?
It is. Out you come. It's the end of term.
Oh,
School's out.
great!
It's the end of the tours, yeah. Brilliant. Come on down, Jim. You've been great sports, I have to say.
Great fun.
Well, that's it. 3 properties. Lots to think about. Let's go and get you somewhere to think. And, well, at least we know we've got something to celebrate today.
Yes, indeed.
Absolutely.
We do.
Have we sold a house, though, I wonder?
Uh-huh.
North Cambridgeshire's flat, expansive landscape might not be to everybody's taste, but with the Fens producing 37% of all the veg grown in England, there's no denying their importance in the UK's food chain. Just above sea level, the marshes and wetlands of the Fens sit atop nutrient-rich peat, which 400 years ago led to them being systematically drained to shape the modern farming landscape so familiar today. As a result of both the drainage and intensive farming, 99% of traditional fenland has been lost, with just 3 major fragments remaining. To find out more, during the week, I met up with Louise Rackham of the Great Fen Project at Home Fen, the lowest point in the UK.
Louise, why have you brought me here to this iron post on the edge of this dyke?
This isn't just an iron post, Jules. This actually depicts the whole story, that the Fens is a very changing landscape. This was actually put in by the landowner, William Wells. He owned the Homewood estate.
And when did he put this in?
He put that in the 1850s. And he'd seen what happened to the rest of the Fens when they'd been drained, and he'd seen what happened to the peat and the shrinkage of the peat. And he decided to put this post in the ground. Now, you look at the top of that post, OK, that would have been on the ground level.
So we've lost, what, 15 feet or so?
Yeah, they say probably in modern terms, probably about 4.5 metres. So you would have been walking...
Up there?
Up there. And it's simply from almost pulling that plug and draining the Fens has caused that peat to shrink and oxidise and disappear.
Of course, vanishing land means many wildlife species have disappeared too, and it's part of the campaign, one of the biggest conservation projects of recent years, to restore and protect these natural habitats for hundreds of creatures by reclaiming farmland and joining the 3 existing fenlands of Home Fen, Wood Walton Fen and Whittlesea Mere.
We're hoping to recreate 9,000 acres, 14 square miles of a mosaic of wetland habitats. We own about 60% of the land at the moment, and I want to bring it all alive. I want to show people that this is a fantastic area for wildlife, for people and for stories, and I want them to come and visit the Fens and just see how amazing it is.
Well, I think you're doing a great job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, at long last, it is decision time. Now, as we know, Jim and Marion started their married life here in Suffolk, so where better place to find out what they're going to do with the rest of their lives than here, the glorious surroundings of Kentwell Hall, arguably one of the finest Elizabethan buildings of its kind anywhere in the country. And as it's their anniversary, I thought we'd celebrate.
Oh no! Oh no! Don't waste the champagne.
There we are.
Oops.
There we are. One for you.
Thank you.
One for you, Jim.
Thanks, sir.
What I love about it is that we've been able to magically coincide our series of house tours with your anniversary,
Yes.
and we've ended up back where it all started
Yes,
for you.
indeed we
here
have.
in Suffolk.
Yes.
Now, question I'm dying to know is, have we sold you one? We started, well, up north with that double-fronted Edwardian villa, really.
Very impressed. Imposing, handsome, beautiful.
I think everything that was in place that we required on a wish list was probably there. I mean, the ground floor was fantastic.
You could just move in there, couldn't you, really?
Well, and you can move the horses in straight away too.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, I like that one.
But then we took you to property of a similar age, but very different in appearance and style. Two old farm workers' cottages knocked together.
To start with, it didn't appear to have any character, but it opened up, didn't it?
Well, didn't it?
It did open up. I loved the ground floor. The upstairs,
Yes, you weren't sure about.
no, I just felt that the bedrooms were just a little bit on the small side.
But you got an extra acre, 3 acres.
Indeed.
Plenty
yes.
of space for the horses and
Yes.
stables and
Yeah.
so
Lots
forth.
of room outside, lots of tack rooms and store sheds. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
The mystery house.
I loved the location, as in it was the village green. Loved it.
yeah, the way the space opened up, the kitchen and the breakfast room and the outside sunroom, and that all attached to the garden was, yeah,
That was pleasant,
was dynamic
wasn't it?
as
Yes,
far as
it
the
was
space
nice.
was concerned.
It was good.
What happens next then? The search goes on, I suspect.
I think so.
Yes, I think so. I think if I were to say I might make an offer on something, I think I'd be most leaning towards the Edwardian,
Our first one.
the first one.
But we still have minor reservations about whether that is the exact property that gives the wow buzz and
Yeah.
ticks everything.
But are you still convinced that the right property exists for you out there?
Certainly, it's out there somewhere.
Yeah, I think so.
Just might need a little bit more looking for.
Yes,
The truth is out there, as they say.
absolutely, absolutely.
Well, guys, it's been an absolute pleasure showing you around. Here's to you. Cheers.
Cheers, thank you.
Well, I've left Jim and Marion finishing off the rest of the champagne. As well they might. They are now contemplating the 39th year of married life that now stretches out before them. Now, of course, we haven't managed to find them their ideal home, but what have we learned? We gave them 3 very interesting properties, all the same price, but very well spread. And I think it really goes to the heart of the problem. When it comes to location, you really do get what you pay for. Where's their dream home? Well, I suspect it may be a little further away than they thought it was. I'll see you next time.
If you'd like to escape to the country in Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland or England and would like our help, then please apply online at bbc.co.uk/be on a show.